Boom! Welcome back to the next chapter of the Invincible. This is a low commentary, which means I will not talk when the characters are talking or when the story is presenting itself. I will hold back as much as I can and just let the story be told. This is a kind of a narrative story-driven game, and I'm very excited to continue playing through. Feel free to like, of course, subscribe, but most importantly, comment. Tell me what you think. And did I make the right choices as we go along? Let's see where we left off. Exhausted by recent events, Yasna falls asleep in her hideout. In the morning, she leaves the city in search of the clearing to land the hopper.
Astrogator, I think I've gone far enough. There is a vast open area in front of me. Astrogator? The city is no longer visible. We need to decide what to do next. Dragonfly? Over? Are you there?
Yes, please excuse me. I was in the infirmary. Is the coast clear?
Yep, all clear.
Good. Give me a moment. I'm looking at the satellite images.
Have you checked on Koval, by any chance?
Yes, among other things.
And? How is he?
He's stable.
But?
There are no buts, Doctor. You'll see him soon. All right, I've got it. Sector AZ-25... Let's say AZ-2504. Please check if it's fit to land.
Like I said, it looks good. Clear opening, flat terrain.
Excellent. Please go there while I prepare the lander. I'll just pack Artie inside.
So that's it. You're taking me to the Dragonfly. We're flying away from here for good.
We have no other choice, Doctor. At this stage of the mission, we can only minimize losses. You understand that, don't you? Yasna?
Are you sure that's all we can do? Couldn't we...
Don't you even think about it.
About what? You didn't let me finish, sir.
But I know what might be on your mind. Going back for Gorski's body, contacting the Alliance, or continuing research on your own. These are not possibilities. They're certain death. Please remember, we have just one lander left. As a commander, I must first ensure your safe return. Only then I'll send Artie with other tasks.
Oh, we have to make choices. I'm really curious about the Alliance. Oh no, I have lost control of my vehicle.
I won't need the lander, Astrogator.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean, sir. I'm not coming back.
Yasna, this is sheer madness. You're heading straight to the enemy base.
This is the only way I can find out what's going on here. What happened to our people? I have several hours of travel ahead of me.
You can still turn back.
No. And if you try to convince me otherwise, I'll just turn the radio off.
Fine. I'll stop insisting. Please just understand the position you've put me in. As a commander, now I have to decide whether to risk detection by the Alliance. Because by putting yourself in their hands, you're risking not only your own life.
I totally understand. Can't you wait a few more hours? I still need your support, sir.
Yeah. And I still want to be here to help you. Please don't turn off your radio. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes. Change my view. A little late in the day. Good job on reading there, Tony.
You're approaching their coordinates. Yasna,
Yes?
I understand that no matter what I say, it won't change your mind. But please be careful. First, observe them from a distance, and only then take action.
Won't they take me for one of their own? If I'm riding an Alliance rover, maybe they'd be more willing to talk when I return the lost vehicle to them.
That's a risky idea. They think it's a trick, you'll only arouse more suspicion. Instead of asking questions, they'll start shooting. Anyway, you'd have to know their internal codes. If they see you but don't receive any signal, they'll immediately become suspicious.
Right. I'm just trying to think of something.
This little buggy is enjoyable to drive. I would like to do some jumps.
Hey, what was that?
I've set up a warning signal. Now you're near enough that they can see the rover.
Okay, so what do I do with that knowledge? Oh, no. Oh, I can get out. Okay. Let me focus a little bit. What's going on down here? Right now I can't see much. There we go. I see you now. Okay. So where I could have gone to get a better view? I'm thinking not. But I will check. Let's see, if I can't walk up here, then that'll be a definite no. No, okay. Alright, let's hop back in. We get out from here. Oh, I'm so indecisive. I don't know what to do.
Okay, the rover's hidden.
You've yet to find a convenient hideout for yourself, from where you can see their base.
Oh, hidden post. Oh, hidden. Let me see. I misunderstood. I thought it was their hidden place. It was for me to hide the rover. Oh, what is that?
Some object is flying over their base.
Can you tell me more?
It's 15, 20 meters high. It has an upright silhouette, and it looks like a balloon.
It could be a balloon.
And that doesn't surprise you?
Not everything that flies needs jet engines. What markings does it have?
RB1. What does it mean?
It's an ID number. Denotes an advanced scout balloon. How far from you is it?
Around 400.
Not as far as I would like it to be. Might have you within camera range.
And what do I do with that knowledge?
Oh, shit. I think I'm too far away. I headed into the open area.
Don't panic. Since no one's interrupted us, I'll assume they haven't looked.
It's a field base. Multi-module. For about several dozen people. Rather well equipped. They have a second antimat. As if the first one wasn't enough.
Is it active?
Probably not, but Proton alone knows. There's lots of transporters here.
I'm not surprised. Missions with a large crew, transport modules are an integral part of the field camp.
Remind me, How many crew members were they supposed to send on the Invincible?
Over 100.
Great.
What about people? Can you see anyone?
Not yet. Maybe they're hiding in modules.
Most of them for sure, but I'd be surprised if they didn't assign anyone to guard duty. Is that all?
I think so.
And please keep going. You can assume that their equipment has already detected your presence. Or it will soon enough. There's no point in further postponing the inevitable.
Still, I'm glad that I stopped. I feel better knowing that there's no heavily armed military waiting for me there.
Me too, Doctor. Me too.
This X right here is really bothering me a lot. Alright, let's do it. Try it down and greet our new friends. Oh, what is that? Harvesting
We'll
materials?
most likely lose contact soon. So let me be clear. Your situation is highly precarious. You cannot trust the Alliance or expect them to be willing to help. If things don't go our way, I'll do everything in my power to negotiate your safe return to the Commonwealth. Worst case scenario, we'll opt for a prisoner exchange. Until then, please cooperate with them. And during the interrogation, don't resist. Astrobiologists generally do not possess information that's sensitive to the Commonwealth. At worst, you'll give away the details of our last mission. Of course, it'd be better if that didn't happen. But I know their methods of interrogation, and in all fairness...
Hang on, sir. What exchange? I'm not a spy, I'm a scientist.
I'm afraid that doesn't change anything. You want information about Regis III. For that reason alone, they might consider you a spy.
But what kind of spy exposes themselves to direct questions?
A desperate one, Doctor.
If that's all, sir, shouldn't we cut the line?
No. Better to continue our communication for as long as possible. Prove that you voluntarily surrendered yourself. Their jammers will interrupt us sooner or later anyway.
Changes view. Make driving a little easier. Wonder what it is about real life driving that this would be horrible. Horrible view. But in the game, it works out fine. Oh, big rock. It works out fine. And then I drive into a big rock. Okay. I hear you. I hear you snickling. Snickling, that's a new word there. How the French say snicker.
How odd.
What?
There's no one here. Nobody.
Impossible. Even if there aren't many of them in the camp, someone would have noticed you.
I'm not blind, sir. There's really no one here. I'm going. What have I got to lose anyway?
Your life, Doctor.
Drill machine? What's going on over here? What kind of operation was this? Okay. bubble? A shield? What is that? Oh, interesting. That does look like a little shield. Oh, it's creating a little atmosphere. Ah, interesting indeed.
I'm going in. Clear. For now. I can't hear anyone either.
Dying of the Sun. The article. Rectification. To editor so-and-so responsible for a scandalous article tarnishing my good name and diminishing my science achievements, I politely ask for a rectification of the article. Dying of the Sun? A Scientist's Threats. On pages 9 and 10 from the 5th issue of the science periodical Young Astrophysicist, published in the current year. In the text appear not only fundamental mistakes of scientific nature, but also inappropriate quotations of my hypothesis, delivered at the last Congress. I enclose a correction. According to I remind the authorship, Dr. Buza, not Boza, research conducted during the cosmic voyages, I acknowledge that the time of hydrogen burning out in stars depends on their mass, but this phenomenon applies to all stars and ours. However, we would try to enchant the laws of physics, isn't located, and nothing implies that it would be located, outside this phenomenon's range. What is my hypothesis then? In the future, all hydrogen fuel in the sun's core will burn out. A sphere of hydronic fusion will expand until temperature drops below 10 million Fahrenheit. It's interesting they're using Fahrenheit. These must be future Americans. The core itself will shrink. Ashes from the hydronic fire will serve as fuel, allowing a second round of fusion reactions to begin. It will lengthen the life of the aging sun by a few hundred millions of years. However, it is certain the sun will turn from a yellow dwarf into a giant red star. A gravitational pull towards Venus and the Earth will decrease, thus dimension celestial bodies will succumb to distancing themselves from the star, and as a result, they will be somewhat rescued. But the mighty red sun will yet be able to consume Mercury before dying. I guarantee, based on my research, that the statement voiced by me about the sun living as a main sequence star for 10 billion years, that is, its existence began 5 billion years ago and will shine for over 5 billion more, is true. However, it is not as we read in the opinion of so-and-so editor, threat based on libel hypotheses, baloney, and a pipe dream of a renown-seeking doctor of astropsychic sciences, disturbing and emotional well-being of human species. Evanescence is a process touching everything and every being in the universe. It also touches transfixed in the success aura of their unrefined writing and popularity editors of science periodicals. My respects, Dr. Buza. Postscriptum. A lack of reprint with a correction and a submission of apologies will force me, with a purpose to protect science and my person, to take legal action. All right. The future is now, indeed. At least everybody smokes the same brand of cigarettes. Is that the wind? Corporate training directory. That's awesome. did that say? Santosh, okay. What do you have here? Is it the same reports that we had earlier? Oh, more paper. A black hole. The summary of quarterly research. The empiric research and simulations conducted throughout the last quarter led our team to the following conclusions. 1. Every kind of matter may become a black hole. 2. A black hole may trap light using the force of gravity. 3. We accede to the thesis that the existence of an object, such as a black hole, is a consequence of the general theory of relativity. 4. A black hole may absorb a star, even the size of the sun. 5. The star's consumption, or in other words, the star's dematerialization, is accompanied by a flash of matter coming from the inside of a black hole. The scope of intensified verification? The object of our intensified research throughout the next years will be a singularity, a small point of a huge mass present inside every black hole. In our team's opinion, it is a place where every law of physics is being broken. So make them the physics police. This must be the kitchen. What do we got here? Okay. Looks like they were digging out material. Can't drive you, huh? That would be nice.
Moving on. It's still quiet. It's eerie.
It's very eerie.
I'm entering the next module. I guess it's a biolab.
Interesting. Now they found fish.
They had the opportunity to study organisms preserved in the ocean. Wow. They found the same species of fish.
Did they confirm the similarity to those on Earth?
Yes. Lots of similarities. Apart from one. I've never seen anything like this. They discovered a new organ. Even managed to run some tests already. According to their conclusions,
Yes?
it detects electromagnetic waves. That's why those fish were swimming away from our probe.
In other words, they've come across probes or something similar before. Something that threatened them.
Could guess her. In order to develop such an organ, they must have had a strong external stimulus. They detect the waves to survive. It started rotting.
It?
The fish.
In a bacteria-free environment? How so?
All living organisms serve as breeding grounds for bacteria. And there were both fish and humans in here. No longer alive.
Did I just steal their fish? I stole their fish. I am a fish thief. Oh, got no equipment?
Empty. Everywhere, just empty.
Baffling. Who abandons an entire base?
The scientists excavated some animal remains and reconstructed their hypothetical appearance. I found similar remains underground, right after finding Gorski. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or not. Now there's no doubt. So long, long ago, reptilian organisms roamed the surface of Regis III. I could spend all day here if I could.
I'm not surprised, Doctor.
Still, nothing. It looks like a geology lab. One of these diagrams shows a geological cross-section. As suspected, it's all metal below the surface, of relatively thin layers of rock. But compared to the rest of the continent, the deposits in this region are significantly younger. The range of their ground measurements covers a much wider area. To my eye, it seems they use advanced sonar. What they dug up here stretches for tens of kilometers.
What do you mean? What's in the ground, Doctor?
Metal deposits. Those structures. We still don't know where they came from. In such a peculiar form. They conducted a soil survey, 500 meters deep.
Oh, that's a big piece of history, so to speak. What did they find?
Millions of years ago, life was abundant on the planet.
That would match our assumptions.
Yeah. Subdelta 92 class planets have very favorable conditions for the development of a biosphere.
So what happened? Did they draw any conclusions?
It looks like they did indeed.
According to them, the extinction of life was caused by a supernova explosion.
The ground activity does not indicate...
It happened long ago. Longer than we anticipated. They've dated this event to 10 million years ago.
Only this one? The supposed end of Lyran's civilization.
Well, that's never been proven. There was practically no trace of them.
All right. What happened after?
Life was slowly recovering, but never returned to the pre-supernova peak.
Not enough time?
No. At first, it developed quickly, but then slowed down and declined.
Because another disaster?
Astrogator, the change in the biosphere development curve coincides with the occurrence of ferruginous clays.
This whole metal contraption. Do I understand correctly?
Yes. I don't know what that has to do with it, though. Metals are really not that dangerous. The radioactive deposits marked here are not a definitive obstacle for life either. The biosphere has the ability to perfectly adapt, develop defense mechanisms, and fight back effectively.
Well, unless the planet is hit by a supernova wave.
Yes. Such sudden events leave no time for adaptation. Even if we assume that these metals were lethal to organic life, that extinction shouldn't last forever. And yet, life never again developed beyond the waters.
Does this mean another Dominator has appeared on the land? Or one that leaves no trace behind?
Therein lies the rub. The Alliance have conducted a great deal of research. That they haven't found a logical explanation for this phenomenon is, to put it mildly, disturbing. Clearly, we're dealing with something beyond our comprehension. And I mean human comprehension in general. Unbelievable. Not only do we know nothing about their origin, but the arrangement of these deposits is sort of puzzling. A ring system with a distinct center. The center of it is under the city. Huh. The one I escaped from.
Did they determine the entity's function? Origin? Anything?
Well, it's hard to say. There's nothing here about it. this base stands on the outer ring.
I think we know what happened here, but we will leave that to the story to tell us for sure. You guys leave anything in the driver's seat? Any keys? No? Okay. Lots of food. Lots of beef. Okay. Is that your type of probe, Alliance? Looks like that little guy's been here for a little while. What's in here? Is this just a transport? Oh, what is that?
Some robot. Doesn't react to my presence at all. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Anything else to investigate? I wonder if I need to walk down and find out about this thing. Yeah, must be if they provided a path. Oh, there's a third robot. Nothing else is in here. Looks like I have missed something. Let's go check out that thing, bud. That atmosphere making machine. Cruising. We should put radios for exploration vehicles. Why is this suddenly becoming hard to drive? Oh, wait, what's up there? Alright, let's go down here. Can we go through this as a person? Cannot. Doesn't register at all. Nothing, huh? Must be something I missed at base. Let's see what that could have been. I had some extra eyes.
I'm still here, if you're wondering, sir. It all just takes longer than expected.
I know the situation. No need to explain yourself, Doctor. We're in this together.
I wonder what would have happened if I would have said, just go home. I like that this game is leaving me wondering about the choices I made. I didn't see anybody here. Let's check see if there's anybody over this way. Tried checking the radio. It's kind of turned off. I can't really go back. Alright, so I can just drive around. That's it. Is that my sole mission? What am I supposed to be doing? Search the base, find a crew. Okay. Alright, so let's go quadrant by quadrant to find out what it is I'm missing. Maybe there's a room I missed. We have the biological, geological. Oh, I'm supposed to come this way. Okay.
Access to the base is protected by a force field.
If these are Dirac emitters, and I'm sure they are, nothing will get through. Is there an opening from the other side?
I'll see.
I must say, this is the most unexciting part thus far. I do enjoy the drive. Alright, let's get out of here and look around. Just check from top to bottom, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Nada. Just all spare parts. Okay, nothing here. Okay. You. We've looked at you. Giant scary robot. Okay, I come in through you. Okay, went into this first module. Check. Oh, is there a new module? Ah, okay.
I'm at the central module. In the headquarters.
You walked in, just like that.
Yeah? The doors were open.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
I'm at the control station. Several units can be controlled from here. I wonder which. I got the feed. But I can't get it to move. It's got a weak signal. Must be too far away.
Okay, let's see what equipment 1 is, actually.
Damn. One's unavailable.
Probably out of reach, or they took it.
Okay, let's try 3.
One is a flying unit. Some sort of probe.
Flying over the base.
Correct.
Can you extract data from it?
Sure. Never too much data. Especially in the current situation. I just need to find a place to land it.
We shall land you right here. Perfect.
I landed the probe. Gonna check it in a spare moment.
Alright, good job. Let's see what these other items are while we're here. Alright, nothing on 4. Let's check 5. Okay. Alright. Kind of railroading there. We are good to go. Okay, anything else in here? Like the telephone? Alarm
They've
print.
got a device for intercepting alarm signals. There isn't much of it. Single record. The guy survived. Someone saved him. Interesting. Coordinates changed upwards, which indicates he was evacuated by air. Huh. The alarm signal broke off high above the ground. 1, 8, 5, 6, 1.
754. Yes, it's Gorski.
You said he died during the night.
Correct. I did. I couldn't let you go back to those ruins.
Did you send the lander? When?
While you were still on your way to the base, Artie carried him on board, secured him. Gorski's in the infirmary now.
How could you, sir? I believe Gorski was dead. I blame myself for his death. And now you dare say you did it for my own good?
If I hadn't lied, you'd be willing to risk everything to save him. His chances were insanely small. I had to get you out first.
If Gorski had died because you waited too long...
But he didn't. Thanks to you, Yasna.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what we got over here.
One more thing. I realize we still need to work together. So, I'll submit my reports as usual. That doesn't mean everything's fine.
Understood, Doctor. I appreciate your professionalism.
I have a record of their mission. Each step, location, units, including dates.
I'm all ears.
Day 0, landing place. Their main ship's in sector AQ-28.
The Invincible? What? They didn't move it?
Seems so.
I'll try to track it down. Please tell me what else is in there.
Well, like us, they became interested in the ocean. They got there on the 7th day.
Quite late.
Guess they weren't in a hurry. Before setting up this base, they were stationed not far from here, but seemed very determined to reach this area. They dug a vast system of tunnels.
When did they finally get here?
On the 15th day of the mission. They conducted research and during excavations found... you won't guess. Metal structures.
So we had no chance to outrun them.
Yeah. And they were already at an advanced stage of works when we were still in orbit. In the end, they sent a convoy to a neighboring sector.
So, that was their last move?
Well, there's no information about their return. Maybe I'll find them there.
Highly probable. Do you know what the current day of their mission is?
They left on the 25th day. That's all I know. Well, I can't back out now. I have to follow them.
Well, it's your decision. Although I admit I'm also starting to wonder what you'll find.
People, Astrogator. They must be somewhere.
I'm sending a satellite. Soon I'll have an image of the area where the ship landed. We'll see if the Invincible's still there.
I'll continue to search their base. On the 24th day, they sent a convoy north to the sector. Oh, to the sector where I found Gorski.
You suspect they went after him, having detected his signal?
Let's not get paranoid, Astrogator. I think they had something else in mind.
Okay, I think that's it. Oh, these things are flying towards me. Is that a bug? It might be. Alright, let's step out here. Anything in the driver's seat? Where do you go? That's where I came from, maybe? Boom. Oh, something up top. Oh my goodness, do they all have these little bubbles? And I missed it? Alright, what can I react with? What does this do? Oh, I turned that off. Okay. Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Force field's down. I opened the passage. We can follow the convoy route now.
When you're ready, Doctor. One more minute, and our satellite will be over their ship. Oh, we're lucky. Clouds are low.
I don't know which way to go. Let's check this probe. And then after the save, we'll go ahead and pause.
First images from this area. If it's been flying long enough, it may store important information.
Okay. Rover roving.
It photographed the moment of my arrival. I'm on the slides.
We already know that. Is there something else?
No, the base is empty. The probe must have just started recording. Okay, finished. There wasn't much of it, really.
All right. Thank you for joining me for this very long adventure and discovery of this huge base. Now we have a much bigger mission ahead of us. I thought this was going to be short, and we were on our way out. All right. Like, share, comment, whatever. Let me know how you enjoyed it. And what would you have done differently? What different conversation choice would you have made? Take care.